This is the culmination of years of training!
So, I know I promised you guys a without context video for Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, but when I was recording it, I honestly felt like the commentary wasn't super interesting, because it was taking way too long, and an hour worth of material to work off of just felt too exhausting for me. So, we're going to a different method of how I like to do these sorts of things. Three, 2, 1, go! Hello, people of the digital world! I am the Tiefling of Trouble, Jenny Blaze, and hey, so how about that Nintendo Switch 2 announcement, am I right? Honestly, it was alright. I wasn't really expecting too much from the Nintendo Switch 2. Honestly, I was just kind of expecting Nintendo Switch but more, and they sure gave me Nintendo Switch but more. So, let's start off with the schematics first before we get into any of the games. So, being honest, I do appreciate the fact that, a lot of the diagnostics of the Nintendo Switch 2 are a lot more improved than Nintendo Switch. It's got more game capacity, it has updated features for better performance. 120 frames per second is huge, considering most games run at 60 FPS. So that'll be interesting to see. But other than that, it just kind of seemed like, oh, it's Switch but more. I don't know. Maybe this is just me being an old curmudgeon, but I don't know. It just didn't feel as exciting to me as the original Switch was. You know what I mean? One thing, though, that I did find interesting, though, is that they're basically integrating game chat into the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, it kind of just looks like Discord, but, well, Discord chat, like video chat, but for Nintendo Switch, but I guess you could just say that's the same thing as Skype, or, it's the same thing as Skype or Zoom or any of those things. I do like some of the integrations that they showed off, like the fact that, similar to the Zoom chat, you can just, block out the person by, taking out the background. Definitely very interesting, to say the least. But I don't know, it just seems like a normal game chat to me. Seems fun, seems interesting. If I end up getting a Nintendo Switch 2, I will definitely want to do some of the game chat stuff with my friends. I mean, the main thing is, I don't know if I'll be able to get a Switch 2 is the thing, considering, capitalism, yay. But either way, let's get into the games really quick, because honestly, there's some really neat stuff. So, starting off, having Nintendo Switch 2 editions of these games seems interesting. The most interesting one to me was Mario Party Jamboree TV. That one seems pretty cool. Adding in a bunch of new stuff with Mario Party Jamboree, and considering, I myself didn't get Mario Party Jamboree, considering money, it seems really cool, really fun and interesting, to say the least. Admittedly, certain ones, I don't see the point of getting the expansion to Switch 2 edition. For example, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I'm just like, what? That just kind of... why? And then for games that are already coming out on Switch 2, just buy the Switch 2 version, you know what I mean? You can just get Metroid Prime 4, you can just get Pokemon Legends ZA, and stuff like that. I did like the Kirby one. It seems like they're adding in a new campaign into the game that stars Kirby. Speaking of Kirby, holy crap, Kirby Air Riders, like, that just made me really excited. I remember playing Kirby Air Ride with some friends, and I honestly really enjoyed it. Despite the fact that I grew up with the original Xbox and not the GameCube, I personally, like, can really appreciate GameCube games. And speaking of which, we got NSO for GameCube. Like, honestly, I'm really excited for that. Like, obviously they only showed 3 games, that being Wind Waker, Soul Calibur's 2, and F-Zero GX, but I'm sure that they'll come out with more games eventually. The one I'm honestly excited for, seeing, like, Screen Pass, is Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD, and it does make me wonder, and honestly hope, that we'll end up getting the Pokemon games on NSO. Like, I really want the Pokemon games on NSO. Please, Nintendo! But, yeah. Another thing that I find interesting is the game share feature, because, like, being able to just... It seems like they're just bringing back DS Download Play. It seems like Nintendo's definitely, like, I wouldn't say pandering, but they're definitely putting in features that are recognizable to older fans, and honestly, I really appreciate that. It's honestly really cool. Next up, let's talk about Mario Kart World. Like, oh, that game looks really fun. And it looks really interesting, too, the fact that it's basically an open-world Mario Kart game. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Forza games, to be perfectly honest. And it definitely seems like a cool, fun game. I like the whole grinding aspect, where you can, you know, where you can grind on a rail. And it's really cool, because it's like you can do, like, 2 wheels onto the rail to do, like, grind rails. That's really cool. Feels like we're getting all Sonic Adventure 2 up in here, you know what I mean? But yeah. Also, you can play as a cow. I don't get that. Why are you able to play as a cow? Oh, man. I didn't really care too much for most of the third-party games. I am happy that Hades 2 is coming to Switch 2. Like, I really love the original Hades, so seeing Hades 2 on Switch 2 is really nice. The new Hyrule Warriors game looks really interesting, that it's basically Zelda's time in the past. And it does make me wonder if Link is going to show up or not. Probably not, but we shall see. I do have to wonder, though, if this is going to basically be another alternate take sort of thing, similar to Age of Calamity, but we'll have to see that as we go along. Not too much else to really talk about here, considering they basically just showed, like, a bunch of the games, not really talk too much about them. The one game, though, that I'm honestly really excited about is Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game looks really fun, like, oh my god. Also, they gave Donkey Kong pants. I never thought I'd see the day. I have a feeling that they probably gave him pants because they don't want you seeing Donkey Kong's butt the whole time. You know what I mean? Also, it seems like he has his new design from Mario Kart World. I guess that they're designing it similar to in the Mario movie, considering Donkey Kong had a less intense design, I guess you could say, compared to his main counterpart. But yeah, overall, it looks very interesting, and I'm excited to see what the Switch 2 brings to the table. It's coming out in June, which is kind of wild to me that it's, like, coming out this soon. Like, I would have thought that they'd wait till the holiday season, you know, get it while the getting's good, but at the same time, I believe the original Switch launched back in, like, let's see. The original Switch launched back in March of 2017. Man, hard to believe it's been 8 years since the original Nintendo Switch came out. Like, that's wild to me. And honestly, if this is the end for the Switch, I'm honestly really happy about it. The Switch has given me a lot of fond memories, and I'm really gonna miss it, you know? I've had so many fun times playing on the Nintendo Switch, and honestly, Nintendo has helped me forge so many relationships over my life. Honestly, thank you, Nintendo. The Switch 2 might not be fully my cup of tea, but you've helped me with so many things, and I look forward to seeing you smash the PS5 and the Xbox Series S out of the water. Series X and S. But yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to do this quick little thing to talk about the Switch 2, because I thought I might as well keep you... I don't want to keep you guys waiting, considering the April Fool's video that I did yesterday. But yeah, until next time, y'all, this is the Tiefling of Trouble, Jenny Blaze, saying, shine on, Tieflings and Tieflets!